Okay, I just created a initialization project from this reactive init command. So now let's try change something. Maybe I can say I can change to reactive again, but there is nothing changed. It means so it's better for me to enable live reloading. Now if I save the file again, it will change automatically. And there is another thing I can do, because if I go to the browser, the emulator will be hide, so I can change the direction by clicking command and the direction key. So now it looks good. Now let's try to start building the project Tic Tac Toe. So let me search picture of the Tic Tac Toe. I build something like that. It's good for me. I want to support iOS, both iOS and Android. So I should remove this component to a new folder. I want to call it components. And I want to create a new components called app. And in the app, I just copy and paste these components and remove this line. So I don't need the app registry, and export the components as default. So the component should be called app. And in the index.ios, I can import the components I just created, which is app components. So let me say import app from components / app. And I don't like the semicolon, so let me remove all the semicolon. Same as here, let me replace all. But there is an error called can't find it, because I delete the components here. Tic Tac Toe components, and remove the default. Now I can render the app components here and delete other components. Okay. So after I remove the content to components.app, it also works. So I should copy and paste the same code to the index.android. So the code will be also working for the Android, because I already tried it yesterday. So I'm not going to try it again for the Android part. Now let's think about the application. I think I should create a welcome page. What should be contained in the welcome page? So which means I shouldn't delete the welcome. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game. Okay. Click here to start. Okay, that's what I want. As usual, let's create a header. So I don't need the justify. I don't need the align elements, I think. Content. Okay. So Now let me create a new component called header. Import header from header. So I can create a new components called it header. Paste in the header. Let me say, I need it. I want the background color be sky blue. Duplicate direct declaration. Yes. My recording tool is broken 5 times. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm using horizontal mode of the emulator, so I changed it to vertical. So now I can use the header components here. Let me use it. And after I save, there should be a header. But the styling looks very bad, so I should remove the flags. And I can, let me change the styling a little bit. Clouded align items for the center, so I can remove the line, text align. It should be okay. So if I refresh the components, and now this one looks bad. So let me call margin top equals to 20, and flow and flex direction equals to row, and change the welcome to header and use it. Change the title. I think title is better. What's the title? The title should be Tic Tac Toe. Tic Tac Toe. Okay. So now I can remove the instructions here. Yeah, and for the title, let me say flex equals to 1 to extend the radius. And also for the color, I want to use the white, and the font size be a little big font, weight, also be bold. Okay, so let's continue working on the app, and we don't need working on the header now. Let's change the instruction color to gray. I think the gray maybe better. It shouldn't be a hash sign. Yeah. And for the welcome, let me say merging top 50. Merging top 20. Okay, now let's add a button. As we know from the previous video, we should use a touchable opacity. Let me just copy and paste this one. Remove the image here. Move the text to inside the touchable opacity. Let me say unpress. If you press the button, let me just call this dot start game. There should be a start game. And for store the state of whether the game is started, I should create a state. Let me create a new constructor. Am I spelling right? Let me check. Okay, I'm right. So I should call the properties inside the constructor and call it, send it to the super. This dot state and started equals to false. And for start game, let me just say this dot set state game started equals to true. Okay. I should import the components. Now I should use the game started inside the app. So let me say const game started equals to, I get the property from state. And is game started? If it is not. What should be if it is not? Just return the text, and I should grab them into a view. If it is not, I will just return text. Game broad. Okay. Does it make sense? Now if I connect here start and it changed to game broad. Okay, now we can working on the game broad. Instead of the text, let me create a new component called it game broad, just like the header. Let me say game broad and replace the text. And I should create a new file, call it gameboard.js. What should be placed inside the gameboard? Same as header. And now, except I should change the name as the gameboard. So now if I save the file. Gameboard. Yeah. Now if I click the button, nothing changed. Why? Can you hit start? Okay, this is a game broad, but instead of Tic Tac Toe, I should create a broad by what should be the block look like? Look like something like this one. Okay, now let's think about the broad. Now let me change the rules to display the game broad in default, and after I finish the game board, I will change it back. So what should be placed inside? Should be from game board. What should be placed inside? The background color. Let me change the background color to black to white. Maybe the color is better. I'm not sure. This kind of color. I'm not sure, so I just remain it. Marking the background color. I don't need background color now. Marking top. Flex direction below. Do I need it? I think I need it. Okay. So let me create a new view, and the style of the view should be broad. So let me create a new style. Radius equals to 300, and there will be 1, 2, 3, 4. There will be 4 lines, so 312. Height 312, and the border, let me create a string, call it 2, 3 pixel solid and black. Sorry, typo. Border is not a valid property. I cannot use border. Let me say React Native border. Or maybe I did some typo again. Border. Border. I cannot say use the border keyword. I should separate the values. So border width equals to 3, and border color equals to black. That's it. That's the border. I don't need title, so let me remove it. Unexpected token. Oh, I see. Let me check the size is correct. Width is height. So what if I remove the border? I want to make sure the border is. I'm wondering whether the border is including in the width and height. So let me check. How to check? I can create a new view here and set the style. Width 300, height 300, color red. Okay. Now hiding inspector. Okay. So background color. Background color. So the border is not included in the width and height. So I should change this from to okay. I see, I see. It's included because those are 6 pixels. So now let me create. Let me think about the next step. The view, I want to say radius 3, height 300, color. Okay. Can I use something like right here? I'm not sure. 300, 100, 100. Looks like there is no right keyword, I guess. So, let me use the transform. Let's say transform should be an array and say translate. What should be placed inside the translate? Let me see what if I use an array. That looks good. Unexpected tab passed. Let me search how to use transform in React Native. Transforms. We should be put as an object. So the translate should be a number. I see. Translate x. And we created a new line. So let's continue. Should be 306. And this time 200. And for you now, let me say 100 and the height is 3. The one y. Does it make sense? I think I know the code is very ugly, but I didn't have any other quick solution now. Whoa, what happened? I see. How should I fix the problem? It's very simple, just create a board. Image border. How can I create the lines here? Any other quick solution? What if I use causation absolute? About U? Okay, it works. So let me use placing absolute for those 4 lines. Let me try create a new view here and say style radius 40, height 40, background color blue. Does it works? There is a small problem. Never mind. I think I have solution. I have some solution for it. Now we can create the cross and circle. Tic Tac Toe. Cross and circle. How to create them? Let me try to create a cross, the circle first. So I should create a new component for it. Import circle from dot circle and import the cross from the cross. So I can go to the components and create those 2 new files. Cross. So now they are here. Okay. Let me try implement the circle first. Circle. There's no title now. The background color of the components should be the same as the app, which is this one. So let me say background color. Here. And I should create a new view. Call it outer circle. And I also want to place an inner circle to make something looks like this one. I will show you what I mean. So let me say style equals to style.container outer circle. Let me change the cross a little bit so I can save the file. By the way, I want to input the circle here. There, circle. For this view, I want to say radius a equals to 80, height equals to 80. What happened? Circle. I place a wrong position of it. There is no flow direction for you. Also no marking top. So what's there? Circle. Oh, I think I haven't specified. Okay, so radius height. In a circle. Okay, the background color should be black. Now I know it's of course looks not like a circle, so I should create a border radius. Sorry, radius equals to 40. Now here is a circle. Now let me create an inner circle. So now that I don't need flow direction, I just need, say, align items and justify content sentence. The inner components radius and height, let me say, and also border radius, let me say 13 and 5. If that looks good, I need to create a new style here. Let's say translate transform translate x. What should be translated x? Let me just pass the value to the inner components. So let me say const x translate y translate from the stop properties, right? So I can use the translate x or y here. But if translated is specified, I use translated. If not specified, I use 10, right? The same for the translate y. if translated specified, then user translated. Okay, now let me save it. Okay, that's it. That's the cross. That's a circle. Now let me think about the cross. So let me call cross. So call cross, and let me specify x translated equals to 103, and y translated I specify nothing. So yeah, the cross I haven't specified yet. Cross. I think the display of the circle and cross should also be absolute. Position. Absolute. Position absolute. Position. Okay. Now here it is. So it's not 100. Now what about the cross? For the cross, I think I do not need the circles now. Remove the circles here. For the cross, I can wait. Let me think about that. I remain the width and height here. For the background color, I also use the black, but do not need the border radius. And I do not need position for the center my inner components. So let me see 9. What's in 9 should be line. The background color of line is black, and the width will be what about 10? The height will be the width. 80. It looks. Oh, I cannot. I do not need the border radius. All right. So because I'm using cross, so I want to do something like this. So the height should be I see 113. So now let me try to translate, do some translation, not translation. Okay. Use an array here. and also use the transform. It's super useful. Let me say rotate 30 or 45 degree. Okay, does it work? It works, but not what I want. What's the center of the rotate? I don't know. What's the center of this rotate? I set the React Native rotate center. I get it. Sorry, with lots of time wasted for that kind of simple stuff. Let me think about that. Let me use some translate. Translate 13. Any good way to? I have an idea. An idea. So I do not need rotate here, but I do need rotate here. So what's the change? Let me see. Inspect. Yeah, looks like there's no concept of. What's the difference of using rotate X? Let me try. What about rotate Y? If I remove the translate, It makes no sense for me. What are you doing? I'm trying to figure out how the rotate works. But rotate if I use 90. Okay. Anyhow. Let me try change the size a little bit. Say create a new line, and this time the rotate is different. Rotate by the rotate of u should be pass, so it should be 225. Second line. Thanks. Sorry, I should say transform here. Okay. So what's wrong here? Of course, unexpected token. Something must be wrong. What? Why? Because I think maybe I should use the absolute here. Okay. So let me try to make some special value for you guys. Let me say 14 and give you minus. Okay, so let's see what happened. too much. I think I should change it to 100. Okay. It still looks too long. If I change you to 5 and still too high. Okay, now that looks good for me. So if I wanna say it should be fine. So now if I wanna say put the circle to this place, I can say y translate equals to that's not what we want. I got the point. It should be. Okay. So what's the center point of those line circles? Let me think about that. Okay, center points const equals to an array. So every array contains x, 10, y, 10, and the second one should be y, and the third one. So let me just copy and paste those 3 lines. This is second line, and do the same thing for the third line. So now I can map out the central points by map. In the map, I should return the components circle. Let me say x. Okay, looks good. So just save the file. Yeah, that's the circles. So what about cross? Okay, that's a cross. So I just finished the circle and cross, so we can focus on the game logic now. So let me have a break and think about logic, and I will continue. Okay, I'm back. So let's think about the code logic. So there are line blocks, so I should make sure I know which block I have been clicked. This is the first one blocks. So and the second one, I should be maintain the states of what I connected and the computer connected. All right, second one, and I should make the colors be different from my input and the computer input. or other users, because maybe this will be multi-user. From another guys using mobile phone, I'm not sure. And 4, I should judge whether a user is succeed, right? And 5, if there is already somebody winged, and I should restart it, I should pin. So I want to do those 5 steps. The first one is get the blocks, which blocks is connected, and the third one is use different colors for different user and maintain the states, and I will go to UI. Last one will be reset. Make sense? So let's start. So I don't need this mock data now. Let me remove it. Now let's go to the touch opacity. What about touchable without feedback? I think this is better for this circumstance. Let me see. It looks like something wrong with my internet. Okay. Touchable without feedback. There are unpress. Unpress. Oh, there it is. Okay. I will use you. Touchable without feedback. Before I implement the function, I should reflect my code, because this component is gonna be a giant component if I don't do some refactoring. Let me create a new folder called turns, and create a new constant file called game, which should be contained in that file. Let's say the center points export const center point, and let me say import the center point from this constants. You should be not a case, because you are not components, right? Let me log the center points to make sure everything works. Let me debug the JS code remotely. Here we are. We have this constant. Looks good. So also for the style, let me say create a new styling, call it line, and just copy and paste those style to the line here, so I can use styles dot line, right? It also works. So for the other components, the position, let's say using an array, and I'm gonna use style.line, because they are all using position of absolute, so I do not need them. Also for the background color, position, background color, okay. Okay, now let's go to the table without feedback. Let me import it. And let's wrap the should do. Oh, I see. So let me wrap this into a touchable without feedback. Here, change the indent, and I should say press. Just give me the event.native. Is that called native event? I'm not sure. Let me check. Native event, I think. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, that is. You see, we can get the location. We can get the locations. Yeah, right. There is a location X and location Y. That's what I need. So let me create a new components called just call it onClick. onClick. No. What should I say? Board click handle. That's kind of better to me. Let me say event, so I can get the location X const location X and location Y from the event dot native event, right? So I will call this dot board handle. Why there is an error? Let me see game board. Missing annotation. I see. But I'm using flow. Never mind. So let me create a new const. Call it areas start X start Y. And X and X and Y, right? The start X start Y of the first component should be 3 with this point, and the end X and Y should be 103, right? Makes sense. And Y should be 103, this point. So for the second component, the start ix should be 103, and y should be 103. Okay, and for the third one, 9. No, 9. Okay, that makes sense, right? So let me go to the next step. And the start y of this one should be okay, and should be just copy and paste for that. Okay, let me see. Okay, so this one should be fine. And the one should be 300. Right, makes sense. So I should import the components. And here I want to say const area equals to area dot find. Let me say what's this condition? The location x larger or equals to this dot start x, and it should be smaller than end x. Sim to the y. Start y and y. If the area is exist, if area just output the area. Okay. Let me say id equals to 0. id id. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And let me say area.id. Now let me check the code. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, it works. So let me provide the ability to send color to the circle and cross. Let me say circle. Let me provide the color. Background color equals to is color exist? If it is not exist, return this one. If it exists, return the color. Okay, so I don't need you anymore. This is a circle. And let's go to the cross. Same as here. Same as here. And so I don't need to put the color here. Okay, that's the color. So let's think about the state management. Let me say const user inputs equals to an empty array. It should be net because I will change it by one reset. And the AI input makes sense. Let me try. Say if area and user input dot array array item not equals to that area.id, then user input equals to user input dot concat the area.id. Let me say concat. That's what I want. And I can output the user input here. Let me say user input dot map. Let's say cross. What do we need for the cross? Translate x equals to translate y equals to color. Let me just new it to black. So it should be center points dot d dot dot x and should be center point dot y. Let me clean make the code a bit more clear for us. Okay. It looks like something. I see. I should maintain the state, maintain it into the state. So let's say I do not need pass properties to super, so just the cost that this dot state equals to user input empty array, AI input empty array, right? So I will get the user input from the state. So at here I can say this dot set state. Let me say user input equals user input dot concat area for ID. User input is not defined. Of course, you are not defined. I also need to use the AI input here, right? Color is not defined. I should import the color here. Okay. It's a warning, so it doesn't matter. But why? Okay, let me remove the warning. And let me say t equals to I. This one, this, y. Let me try now. I see. Center. No. It doesn't make sense to me. So let me try output the user inputs here. 4, 7, 4, 7, 8. Why? What if I use something wrong? Let me check. What about circle? Okay. Oh, X translate. Sorry, guys. Y translate. Okay. Now I can use the user inputs. Use input map and the center point. Point. Center points dot y. Right? So typo. should be center. Okay, that's it. For the user, I want to use the circle, and for the color, what color should it be? Let me say deep sky blue. Unexpected token. This is equal. Oh, okay. And for the UI input, AI input, it should be cross. The color, just use black. Right? Now let's working on the game rule. Now we start the game. Round equals to 0. Let me say components did update. Let me try this method is working. It's working. So let me create let me say AI move. Action. What should be AI action? Let me say math dot round, and if I multiply line of random, if I multiply to 9 and call number dot place int, this will generate a number from 1 to 9, I think. Yeah, that's it. So let me say random number equals to this. And if UI then concat CI input dot every d not equals to random number. Then you should make a move. So let's say this dot set state AI input. I should get a user input and AI input here. Then let me say set state AI input equals to this random number, right? Let me try. Let's see. Components did mount. This dot AI action, right? Let me try whether AI can take action. D is not defined. Okay, this is action from the AI. And I wanna say, let me think about that. Wire. Sure. Break. I wanna AI take action after I did some action. So this dot. So this dot AI action, right? Hey, 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 hey. I should call it set timeout 3 milliseconds. So let me see. Okay. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, let me try again. Hey, 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 hey. It looks bad because if I click this one, hey, 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 why you are being clicked? I should also use the AI input here. Let me say AI inputs and user inputs. And let me say const inputs equals to user input dot concat AI input, and I charge the user input here. So I can copy the same logic to AI motion. So let's say input. Make sense? Hey, hey, hey. There is a bug. If I connect some, well, connected. Why this? Never mind. Let me try to fix the bug later. So if components did update, let me say if inputs dot length equals to 9. There are two circumstances. One is the user win the game, and second is AI win the game, and third is no winners. I will judge this circumstance there. So let me say, create a new method called create it here. No, it's constant. Judge winner. So it's only possible if the length is larger or equals to 5, because we only in this in get 4 inputs. There we can only get a winner after we have 5 inputs. So if it's larger than 5, then judge the winner, right? Try to judge the user input first, and then judge the AI inputs. So I can get the inputs here. So let me say const result net result. Now let's say result -1. If result equals to -1, then continue in ongoing. If is equals to 1, 0, then user won the game. It should be AI. And if is equals to 2, no winner. Okay. Duplicate the declaration res in the res. I see. If res, then this dot set state. The result should be 0. this dot set state result 0. If res, result should be 1, right? Let's return. If is equals to 9 and there is no winner, the result will be 2. Now let me try whether it works. Text. Let me see. This dot state result. This dot the result equals to 2. There is 2. Then return text. Sorry, there is no winner. Right, let me try. What? Maybe there is bug again. 92. And then let me see. Control. Only set the state. If the result not equals to 2, right? Now let's try. Okay, the styling is not correct, which makes sense. So I should put it. Let me think about that. There is a container, and the container flow direction is 0. It should be column. But after I set it to column, the styling will be incorrect. Huh? Let me say align items. Justify content. Right? Now let me try. Okay. Good. Now let's working on the judge winners. This is the tricky part. If inputs dot length smaller than 3, return false. And let me think about that. If 0 not equals to -1. If there is 0, then there are 3 conditions that you can win. And if you are if you have an index 4, there are this condition you can win. If you are, then how many conditions that there is a winner? And let me think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are only 6 conditions. There are only 8 conditions. Not too much. So I can make a table about winner condition. Winner conditions equals to. First is 1, 0, 1, 2. And the second one is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's think about the vertical part, which is 0, 3, 0, 3, 6. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8. Right? There's still 2 conditions. 1, 4, 8. And 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. Right? This is all the conditions. Now let me input the conditions. So because I'm judging from the conditions, so I do not judge this now. If conditions dot every I can say return condition every inputs or every item. Let me think about that. Input item dot every is for all the conditions that if this let me say the dot index of item. Okay. If this judgment is true, then the inputs match the condition. If this judgment is true, which means there is no input, there is no condition matched. So, which means false, right? Unexpected token. What is unexpected? Oh, you. Okay, thanks. So now I can output the result here and then refresh the page. Let me try to think about that. Click. Why there are so many zeros? Because he thinks there is a winner. So my logic is incorrect. And let me refresh the components. Something wrong with my logic. If res and result not equals to 0. Res and not equals to 1. Let me say sum inputs every. Does that make sense? I think I should say d dot every item and inputs dot index of item not equals to -1. Okay, times 1. 1 means the computer is a winner. Yeah, that's correct. So let me check whether I can run the game. 0. I am the winner. Now let me try to 2. No winner, right? So now let me, it works, guys. Now let's, touch opposite. Let me think about that. If the result is not equals to -1, then return a button. Restart, right? So we can restart the game. Now, what should be restart? What should be set if we want to restart again? All the inputs should be, let's see, this dot set state and user inputs equals to empty array. All inputs equals to empty array. Result -1, right? Okay. So if I click, restart, click, restart. I cannot restart. Why? What happened? Log. Maybe it's because I just saved the apps. Here start. Oh, click. Click. The judgment is incorrect. Click. Sometimes the click is not working. I don't know why. Text. Instruction here. So, yeah, the value is changing between 1 to 2. I think I should check out what happened. Press. I hope I can make the error happen again. But anyhow, guys, you can see that the application is already working, but need to fix some bugs. So I will working on that and put the code to GitHub. But that's almost done. And so that's for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.